Hi, quadcopter fans. Today we have a little story about a basketball and a drone. And it may not be what you're thinking, and it's not this drone. Um, it's actually this drone or quadcopter. Um, this is a quadcopter I built a year ago, uh, just as a carrying platform. That's why it has this unusual design. I cut this frame out on the laser. I wanted it to be quite large in order to carry. My primary goal was a radio-controlled parachutist, and then I discovered it was very easy to drop a box of candy, all different kinds of things. I've got a lot of different mounts that I can put on the bottom. I even have a mount for a Blackmagic micro cinema camera that bolts on. I've got quarter 20 nuts in here that I can bolt that platform onto. And of course, on the front, I've got the GoPro, and usually when we drop things, I aim the GoPro straight down. I do have a wireless transmitter on board back here, 5.8, and it's using the standard DJI radio system that you can buy. It's using a it's all DJI equipment, and it flies very, very well. Now the motors are actually E-flite motors. I was using DJI motors. What is it there? E310 or some 305, something like that. And I didn't have enough power. 2 pounds of candy, and it wouldn't budge off the ground much. So this motor is actually an E-flite motor, and this is the Outrunner. This is what they call the 480 910 kilovolt motor, which gives me an enormous amount of power. The reason I picked the motor was simply because it has the 16 millimeter by 19 millimeter mount. And when I looked up the motor specifications, it looked like it was quite powerful. It swings these Gröpner 11.5 props with no problem whatsoever. And again, it flies a Blackmagic micro cinema camera with no problem. And so we thought, well, I bet we could lift a basketball. Basketball weighs 22 ounces. That's about, what is that? That's a pound and 6 ounces. Not a lot. So we rigged up. I've actually got an E-flite. I think they may call it a bomb release, mounted on the side, and it's exposed on the bottom, where I can actually hook. This is one of many cords that I have to just drop things. We've dropped foam space shuttles for the Boy Scouts and different things. But this is basically what this is a stretchy rope. So we put the basketball in the stretchy rope, and we fly this. And you're going to see 2 videos. The first video shows kind of a failure. What happened was we were using a rubber band instead of the stretchy rope, and the rubber band was stretched very, very tightly around the basketball. I don't know how high we went. We didn't go very high, 75, 100 feet. And right when we made the release, the tension on that rubber band, when it released from the side, came around and hit the prop, and you can actually hear it. Even though it's 100 feet in the air, whatever, you can hear it whack and actually hit the prop, and immediately, and this happened in a split second, this is even before the basketball is dropping, the quadcopter went out of control, and my instinct, if it was completely out of control tumbling down, my instinct was to chop the throttle like I do with airplanes, but I thought, for some reason I thought, I'm going to give it full power and see if it'll self-stabilize itself. And again, this is just that fast. And it's interesting because you'll see on the video that it self-stabilized right at the moment that it impacted the ground and it actually just bounced off the ground and came up, and it was all right except for the broken prop that I had to replace. I can actually feel, I've actually got a nick in this prop because we were using that rubber band system earlier to drop some things, so I've got another nick in this prop. That's the only problem with this release system that we're working on, is trying to get it to not, when it releases, not fly up and hit the prop, because it has so much energy when it releases and it's coming around, that it tends to do that. And I just noticed that. But you're going to see two videos. You're going to see the failed video, and unfortunately we didn't get the basketball in that first video because we were so concerned about the machine. The second video you're going to see, we are up really high, successful. I don't know how high we were. I'm going to say 400 feet. And interestingly, the basketball, well, I'll let you guys guess how high you think the basketball is going to bounce. I don't know how much air pressure we have in this basketball, but it seems like when the kids play with it, it bounces just fine. So you guys guess as to how high this is going to go, and we'll go ahead and get started with those two videos.
I'm ready, go.
3, 2, 1, go. Uh-oh.
Holy crap. Holy crap.
Goes 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Oh, it didn't bounce very high. Man, it didn't bounce very high. All right, I hope you enjoyed the videos and noticed that we tried to do the very high drop in a very open parking lot without many people around. Actually, I don't think there was anyone around. There might have been some people that were very far away that were watching us, but obviously you have to be safe with this stuff. You don't want to shine a bad light on the hobby, obviously. So I hope you're interested in that, and we'll try to put together some more interesting drop videos. We do want to show the radio-controlled parachutist, which is pretty interesting. So we'll do some more videos coming up. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks a lot.